My name is Emily Carter, and for most of my life, I believed my parents would always protect me. I was wrong. I was a registered nurse, working long shifts at a local hospital, and trying to build a quiet life for myself. Nursing wasn't just a job to me. It was something my grandmother had encouraged me to pursue. Take care of people, she used to tell me. Money can disappear. Your character stays with you. When Grandma passed away, she left me something I never expected. $3,500,000. At first, I didn't even know what to do with the money. I was overwhelmed. But Grandma's will was crystal clear. Every dollar was legally left to me. My parents were furious. My mother called me the same night. Your grandmother promised that money to the family, she said. No, Mom, I replied. She left it to me. There was silence. Then my father spoke. You're being selfish. I tried to explain that I wasn't trying to take anything from them. But they didn't want an explanation. They wanted the money. Over the next few weeks, their calls became more aggressive. They asked me to transfer money into their accounts. I refused. Then one morning while I was getting ready for work, I received an official email from the nursing board. My heart stopped. A complaint had been filed against my nursing license. The accusation? My parents claimed I had been stealing medication from patients and behaving dangerously at work. It was completely false. But the timing was obvious. They weren't trying to protect patients. They were trying to destroy my career so they could pressure me into giving them Grandma's inheritance. For the first time in my life, I realized my own parents were willing to sacrifice everything I had worked for just to get $3.5 million. I was called into an investigation meeting. My hands were shaking as I walked into the room. One of the investigators looked at me and said, Miss Carter, these are serious allegations. I understand, I answered. But they're lies. They showed me the complaint. My parents had described incidents that never happened. They even claimed I had been emotionally unstable since receiving the inheritance. I almost laughed. Then I noticed something. The dates they had provided didn't match my work schedule. I had proof. Every shift was documented. Every medication I administered was recorded electronically. Every patient interaction had a digital trail. And then I found something even more important. Security footage. The hospital had cameras in the medication area. The footage proved I had followed every procedure correctly. The investigators reviewed everything. Slowly, the accusations began falling apart. But my parents didn't know I had found the evidence. So I decided to let them keep talking. A few days later, my mother called. You need to settle this, she said. Give us the money and everything goes away. I recorded the conversation legally and presented it to my attorney. Her words changed everything. My parents hadn't reported me because they were concerned about my patients. They had reported me because they wanted the inheritance. The nursing board eventually dismissed the allegations against me. But the story didn't end there. My attorney filed a formal complaint regarding the false accusations and the attempted financial coercion. My parents suddenly stopped calling. They realized they had made one enormous mistake. They thought Grandma's money had made me powerless. They didn't understand that Grandma had left me something more valuable than $3.5 million. She had taught me to stand up for myself. Months later, I stood outside my grandmother's old house, holding her photograph. I whispered, You were right, Grandma. Money can disappear. But character stays. I used part of the inheritance to establish a small scholarship for nursing students who couldn't afford school. And I kept one handwritten note from Grandma in my desk. It said, Never let anyone convince you that doing the right thing makes you weak. My parents wanted $3.5 million. Instead, they lost my trust forever. And I learned the hardest lesson of my life. Sometimes the people who share your blood aren't the people who deserve your loyalty. Family isn't about what you can take from someone. It's about what you're willing to give without expecting anything in return.